The robber unzipped his clothes in front of the hostage. Then, surprisingly, he took out several pieces of bread. It turned out that he was worried that the pregnant woman would go hungry. However, Juliet was actually faking her pregnancy. She came to the office not to look for something to eat, but to find the only communication device in the current banknote printing factory, a smartwatch with a call function. Just as she was about to get in touch with the police, the robber suddenly grabbed her hand. Juliet was really startled. It turned out that this guy had feelings for her. He didn't notice the smartwatch on Juliet's hand at all. After Juliet gently declined his advances, she handed the watch to the warden, Old Park. Now, as long as they could find an opportunity to contact the police, they would have a chance to escape. But the robbers didn't even allow the toilet door to be closed, so Old Park couldn't find any opportunity at all. Everyone stayed up all night. The negotiation expert, Sister Jin, went back to her friend's store and planned to have something to eat. But she definitely couldn't imagine that her love interest, in fact, was the mastermind of the kidnapping case, the professor. At this moment, Sister Jin received a call from the police. The professor knew that her job required confidentiality, so he left on his own initiative. The police said that the hostage's smartwatch had been turned on. Now, as long as it received the police's wiretapping software, they could immediately obtain the images and sounds from it. Sister Jin was very excited, but all of this was heard clearly by the professor who was hiding behind the door. However, when Sister Jin turned around, she found that the professor was eavesdropping on her. She immediately took out the handcuffs and demanded to know why he was doing this. Unexpectedly, the professor looked at her affectionately and said that he was afraid she would have another man, so he had been rejecting his pursuit, and that's why he had the idea of eavesdropping on the call. Sister Jin was deceived by his acting. She said that she had just divorced not long ago and wasn't suitable for dating at the moment. After saying that, she hurried back to the scene. As soon as the professor turned around, he immediately informed his subordinates about the smartwatch. All the hostages were arranged to the hall, and they were going to be searched one by one. As it seemed that the smartwatch was about to be discovered, taking advantage of this last opportunity, Old Park quickly installed the wiretapping software behind Juliet. But as the chief of police, he was suddenly called out. It turned out that the robbers wanted him to conduct the inspection, so the smartwatch was handed to Juliet. Juliet quickly stuffed it into her clothes, but unexpectedly, when she relaxed a bit, it showed. The robber picked up the watch and smashed it furiously. Brother Fa was very angry, and the consequences were serious. He decided to make an example of someone, so he ordered Denver to drag the woman into the bathroom and execute her. Then a gunshot was heard coming from the bathroom.